Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, hope you're all well. Right, today I've popped down to Merthyr Mawr Beach, or Merthyr Mawr Sand Dunes, whatever you want to call it. It's not too far from Porthcawl, and it is a favourite mark of mine. Been fishing it now for many years, and it holds many great memories, especially from when I was a kid. Now, the last time I made a video here was around 2.5 years ago, but that one was in November, and if you remember rightly, I had a cracking session on the old whiting, and some of those were corkers. It was like the old days again. As for today's session, it's a different time of the year. Autumn has just about kicked in, so I think it's going to be a case of having a check and having a see. No pun intended, by the way. Conditions, in all honesty, are not ideal. We've got a strong, straight easterly wind. In my opinion, that's never a good thing on the channel, and it's a massive spring tide. It's probably a little bit too big, but there we are. I'm going to fish it all the way up the high and probably a little bit into the ebb. It's not far off low water now. Anyway, let's see what happens. Happy days. Right, that'll do. Baits are out there. I'm sorry about this wind, by the way. It is blowing. And of course, with it being an easterly, it's coming right across me. Hate an easterly when I'm fishing. Hate it. But there we are. On the left hand rods, I've got a 3.0 pulley panel. On the right hand rod, a 3.0 paternoster panel. Bait wise, I've got sand eel, squid, mackerel, bluey and ragworm. The water is flying up the beach, but that's what you'd expect on a big tide like today. I wanted to start fishing bang on low water, but by the time I did all my scenery stuff, etc., yeah, I was a little bit late. Anyone got any news for me? Anyone won the lottery? If you have, don't forget about me. Just moved back for the second time. I'd say we're around 3 hours off high tide. Yeah, if this wind would drop, it'd be very pleasant. It does look good out there. It does look good. Back in the day when I used to fish this place often, funny old mark, you could come here the one day, catch loads of fish, get loads of bites, come here the next day and not get a touch. Always reminds me of the pink house, you know, one of my regular marks on the upper channel. See what happens when it gets dark. Yeah, that video I made down here a couple of years back in November, that night I must have had 25-30 fish, combination of dogfish, pouting, whiting, and oh yeah, it's catching whiting literally 25-30 yards out, like proper ones. As for today, or this evening, potential species, I guess rays, you know, different species of ray, bass, could be a couple of late smallhounds about. Talking of smallhounds, I have actually got 2 frozen peeler crab in my bait box, so I might try that later on. Yeah, I used to get some lovely flounder off here, and it's quite nice to see actually, because as I'm walking around I can see loads of worm casts, so there's obviously a bit of food here for the fish, and also in the adjacent rock pools full of small fry. Yeah, it's good. Oh, is that wind trying to drop? I never learn my lesson. I always speak too soon. On the left hand rod I've just whacked out double sand eel, and on the right hand rod on there is a squid and bluey cocktail. Quiet start, no taps as of yet, but I'm not too surprised, to be honest. The water is now starting to hit the steeper part of the beach, so hopefully it'll slow down soon. Yeah, hope you're all well. A lot of you have been telling me that the films that I make remind you of your childhood, when you used to fish with your mentor, whether that was your dad's, your granddad's, your mum, your nan, your auntie, your uncle. And that's really good to hear, because I always try my best to take us back. One thing I want to get off my chest. I know I talk about Dad a lot in my videos, but at the same time I am conscious that not everyone had a father figure growing up. So yeah, I do understand. Gotta get a fish off here this evening. Like I said, the only thing that's putting doubt in my head is that we've had these straight easterly winds now for 2 days. Usually I wouldn't touch Newton or Merthyr Mawr with a barge pole on an easterly, but I've planned this, so I've just got to go with it. Go with the flow and hope for the best. But hey, I'm out fishing, so I'm happy. Starting to lose that light now, so I got my night light on. That sky over there is stunning. I've tried to get some nice footage of that, so hopefully the camera has done it justice. We're around an hour off high water. In a sec I'm going to start casting off the top of the dunes there behind me. Just been speaking to one of the Porthcawl locals. He's gone a bit further up. He said that last night he had a cracking session off this beach. So yeah, that's good to hear. Nice to meet you, mate, as well. Very nice to meet you. Yeah, about 20 minutes ago, really close in, about 15-20 yards out, there were loads of small fish on the surface. I'm assuming they were small bass or possibly mullet. Yeah, I guess no more than half a pound or 3/4 of a pound, splashing and darting about. Yeah, it's lovely now. The wind, every now and again it does drop. Up there on the dunes, on the top of the dunes rather, it is a lot more blowy, so yeah, so I'll cast off there, but I think I'll bring the rods back down onto the top of the beach. Now, if I wasn't filming, I'd take everything up there, but yeah, it's a bit easier at ground level. Come on! First bite of the session. It's been going for a while, so let's take a look. Fish on. Oh, that's going well. Oh, we're off the mark anyway. They follow me everywhere, these. Thought that was a bass then when I first saw it. Got a strap conger. Oh, he's around, I don't know, he's not far off £5. Yeah, that one took a double sand eel. Yep, nice bite in fairness. Anyway, let's pop him back in. No messing about there, shot off like a rocket. Bang on high water now. All gone a bit quiet since that conger reel. I've just set the cheap wheel boat rod up. The flapper rig is now in action because I want to use up that ragworm. Just down by there, I got a bell on the end. Yep. So far, one bite, one fish, but I'll keep plugging away. hopefully kick off on the ebb. Quick update, I just lost a cracker on the cheapy old boat rod. I was baiting up one of these two main rods. The bell started going, it shot out of the little tripod that I've got, and it was dragging down the sand, through the sand. Struck into it, but it got off. On that one, this ragworm on the top and the bottom hook, I reckon that was a bass, and a nice one too. Literally 15 yards out. Oh. There we are. To tell the truth, guys, I found this hard to film tonight with the tide being so big. You know, it's come up the beach at the rate of knots, and yeah, it's been a bit tricky to say the least. Just starting to wear back now, so I'll fish it hard for the next hour or so. Oh, I'm gutted about that fish. Yeah, she's flying back now. Obviously, with it being a big tide, it'll go back fairly quickly, you know. Right, couple more casts, and that'll be that. Right, I'm going to call it now, guys. That is me done. Look, it's been an enjoyable session at one of my old favourites. Love this place. But like I said earlier, I have found this difficult to film tonight. I don't normally come here on such a big tide, but there we go. We live and learn. Had that conger around the £5 mark, and I lost something cracking on the cheapy old boat rod. I feel overall like I've lost a lot of quality fishing time this evening, faffing about with the camera and this and that. But yeah, I've had a bit of fresh air. I can't grumble, I can't complain. The fact that I'm able to go fishing, that's a nice little bonus in itself. As always, thanks very much for watching. It's mega appreciated. Any questions or comments you have, pop them below and I'll get back to you. Until the next one, look after yourselves, take care, all the best.